Hello everybody, welcome to Coco's Crochet. I'm Litsa and this is Coco, and today we're bringing you our Coco's Crochet Cal 2023 colour reveal for November. Who can believe that we're already at November? I just am so excited to bring these colours to you, because then in 2 weeks we'll have December, and then after that just our border and we're done, ready for Christmas in July. So thank you for joining us today. Before we get started, Coco wants her little treat, so she shall say woof woof to you as always, and I'll pop her down on the floor and she can have her little piece of apple that she absolutely loves. Oh, there she goes. Here you go. Beautiful. You'll hear her munching away in the background, sometimes snorting a little bit as well. We all enjoy that, let's be real. So thank you so much for joining us today. I have had a few of you letting me know how excited you are, just as much as me, for the colours reveal for November. Now, for anyone that is new here, thank you for joining us. I'll just give you a little recap of what our Cal is all about. And we also have a playlist, which I would love for you to go and have a look at, because you'll see how it started and how we've progressed through to today, which is already at November. So basically, I'm using my Spectacular Sydney calendar, because for those of you who don't know, we live in Sydney, Australia, and we love where we live and we want to share it with you, of course. And every single month from this calendar, we look at the month that relates to the one that we're referring to, and then we have a look at the photo. I give you a little blurb about what's going on in there, and we look at the colours. Now, from those colours, we put them in a box. We randomly pick out 3, and then I give you a wild card as well, which is amazing. Now, those of you that are doing the stitch sampler blanket with us, you're going to be given different stitches at different times, of course, and a lot of you are creating your very own blankets, including Corner to Corner and Sophie's Universe, and I'm sure a myriad of others. So I love it when you all share, so please continue to do so. So now, without any further ado, let's open our calendar to November. I've got a little peg there so that I've got it ready for you, and here it is here. Now, what you're looking at, and pardon the light, is Royal Randwick Racecourse. Now, this is a beautiful racecourse, and I'm not sure if any of you have ever been to the races. I certainly have, both here and in Melbourne, because in November we also celebrate the Melbourne Cup. That's another huge day at the races. But here in Sydney at Royal Randwick Racecourse, people love to get dressed up. You know, we dress up like we're going to a big party. There's lots of fascinators and different hats. A lot of the women wear them and they look absolutely gorgeous. And it is a very nice day out. Look at how lush and green the grass is, the turf. Absolutely beautiful. It is a fun day, and as I said, you know, if you haven't experienced it, it's just a fun day out with a group of friends. And you get to have something nice to eat and drink as well along the way. And if you have a little flutter and have a little bit of luck, well, that's just a bonus. So I'm guessing that's been enough time for everyone to see the colours. I hope that you got that opportunity. I'm just going to pop our calendar away for now, and I'll bring across our little box, and then we'll put in all the colours that we saw. So here it is here, empty for now. Now, let's pop in the colours that we all saw together. I definitely saw yellow, so I'll pop that in there. And now, as we're coming to the end of our blanket, most of the colours have already popped up. Lots of blue. But as we all know, you can use any shade of the colour that's chosen and any colour palette that you wish. Or some of you like to continue the same one throughout your blanket for uniformity. It's totally up to you. Remember, this is your blanket, your way. We saw pink. Now, we know there's a lot of pink lovers out there and a lot of blue lovers out there. And we also saw white. Now, those of you that don't like the stark white, you can do like a creamy, if it comes out like a creamy white, or, you know, some sort of white. It doesn't have to be the stark white. Green, lots and lots of green in the beautiful turf. So well maintained. And we also saw orange. Absolutely gorgeous, one of my favourite colours. Now, my favourite part, let's shake it all up, dip in, and choose our color number 1. Color number 1 is blue. Awesome. Shake, shake, shake. And dip in for color number 2. Oh, I love orange. Awesome. Orange, a bright, happy color. And color number 3, what will it be? It is green, and very fitting because we've got so much turf in the Royal Randwick Racecourse. So we've got blue, orange, green, and our wildcard color for November is going to be red for all our red lovers out there. So those beautiful colors will look awesome added to our blanket. Now, those of you who are following along with our stitch sampler blanket, what you need to do is continue with the crossed double crochet and the half double crochet on top, and I will just show you the little sample here that I've got. There we go. So we're actually building on, have I got it upside down? Yes, I do. So that was October. Now we're doing the cross double crochets and the half double crochets. Now, I'll just remind you that just like last month, you'll do the amount of rows that you've allocated for every month. So for example, if you were doing 8 rows, you will do 4 sets of the 2 stitches together. So in total, 8 rows. And that way you'll be on target for the amount of rows that you have to do each month. Now, let me grab my blanket for you to remind you of all our little tips and tricks. Here's mine here. For those of you that may not have seen it already, I absolutely love these 2 stitches together, and I hope you guys have been enjoying them as well. I know that many of you have because you've let me know, which is wonderful. Now, what we always want to do, which I highly, highly recommend, is have your stitch markers on the end so that you know, here I am ready to connect my next color. Oh my gosh, now I've got to work out which order to put the colors in. Have your stitch markers on your first and last stitches, because that is going to be a wonderful way to keep track of the count of your stitches. As always, I recommend before you get started on this month's colors, do a quick count of each and every stitch and make sure you have whatever your starting chain was. Mine was 182, and I've continued it throughout my blanket because we like to make our blanket, you know, the same width throughout the length of our blanket, of course. So that's something to make sure that you do before you get started. And every few rows, I like to also do another little count just to make sure that I'm on track, because sometimes it's very easy to drop a stitch or pick up a stitch. So it's nice to just, you know, keep ourselves on track. Now, whichever color order you choose to put your colors in, I think they will all be gorgeous and amazing, and I cannot wait to see them. So we've got the blue, the orange, and the green. Gorgeous colors, absolutely love them, and the wild card, the red. So next thing we need to do is grab our hooks. Mine's downstairs, I haven't brought it up, but for those of you that are wondering, with all of my yarn that I've been using, I think it's worsted weight or 10 ply. The Spot Saver is generally one that I use, and I'm using my number 6mm hook. And the thing that you need to get is all your scraps, which wherever you are storing them. I love this basket, and I've also got another little basket that I've popped them all in there, because my scrap bin, although I'm using a lot of it, I'm creating a few more little balls along the way as well, because I've had to dip into some of my bigger balls as well. So get your scrap balls ready, choose your colors. Remember, it doesn't matter which shade of blue you use, whether it's a completely different one to the one you've already used, because it has come up a few times, or, you know, whichever shade of orange or red. And what's our other beautiful color? Green. There are so many different greens in my blanket, for example, but I do know that a lot of you are just using the same colors throughout. So this is why I love seeing your blankets, just the variety of them all. And as always, please share with me so I can share with everybody, so we can admire each other's work. Usually via email. I think most of you are happiest to do it that way, and that suits me just fine as well. Just pop it in the email, your little photo, and I'll showcase it at our next podcast. And if you wish to do so, because a lot of you have been doing that as well, go over to our Instagram at Coco's Crochet __ and use the hashtag Coco's Crochet Cow 2023, and you'll be able to see other people's work as well, blankets as they grow, and of course I'll be showcasing them on our next podcast as well. So let's get started. Long awaited colours for November have now been drawn. How exciting. In 2 weeks time, which will be Saturday the 10th of June, I'll be back here to draw December's colours, and then 1 week later on the 17th of June, we're going to come back here, we're going to talk about our borders, and then we'll have 2 weeks to fully complete our blankets, and then we're done. Christmas in July, which was the target date. Now, if any of you have fallen a little bit behind, as always, do not worry whatsoever. You've got a lifetime to catch up. This is meant to be a stress-free, fun, stash buster project for all of us, and as I said from the very beginning, it's to use all the different yarn that we've used to create beautiful projects, different blankets and what have you for our family and friends that we created with love. And this way we're creating something with love for ourselves or for whoever you may wish to pass it on to. So thank you once again for joining us. I look forward to catching up with you very, very soon. And of course, seeing the progress of your blankets. Please, 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 please share. Coco, as always, is having a little disco nap, and she just says woof woof. I say take care, and we shall see you all again in another video. Bye bye, everybody.